So guys, welcome to a very special live episode of the 2007 career mode, as we are now 3 races away from the end of the season, and it is close than it has been throughout the season. We're here at Suzuka, as unfortunately Fuji isn't on this game, unfortunately, but with Suzuka being one of my favourite tracks to drive on this game, I thought we may put it in as a special treat for you. Obviously, last time out in Spa, we won the race only just, and it was a cracker of a race, I've got to say, which puts us only 5 points behind the leader of Lewis Hamilton, who overtook Raikkonen in terms of the points, with currently Hamilton on 73 points, Raikkonen on 72 points, and ourselves on 68 points, with Fernando Alonso, who is on pole position today, is not far off. He's only 21 points, so anything could really happen, but he has to win this race and pray the likes of myself, Hamilton and Raikkonen slip up in this race. We're live as well, so if any of you guys are watching this live, make sure to like this stream and subscribe, as if we hit 40 likes, I will stream again later today for the round of, I believe it is China, was the penultimate round of the championship. We're sticking with cautious fuel. We're going to be burning a lot of fuel at the start of the stint. I'm going to try and extend this option stint as long as possible, so that is the goal of the race, and we're starting P7 if you didn't really know as well, as this is our home patch. We're going to try and get on the podium. That is the goal for us today, so we're going to sit back, get into our car, as we already are, I don't know why I said that, and get out onto the track and please the Japanese fans. That is the goal today, is to help them win a race on home patch. That is the goal. So we're going to be leaving the garage right now. We head to the track. We're on the grid for this race with that's Alonso on pole, with Raikkonen in second place. There is us in P7, and our teammate is right behind us on the grid, so good start here for that. But Liuzzi, one of our main rivals at the start of the season, we'll see how we go. But the lights are on now. The live episode of the 2007 career mode at Suzuka is away, and we get a great start. Again, we've been getting fantastic starts on the grid. Hamilton's had a poor start actually. Liuzzi's going to try and go down the inside of Hamilton, as we have to brake a bit early just to avoid any contact. Just no space really to try and make a move on there as we go down the inside of Rosberg and up to P6. We just hit the back of Liuzzi there as everyone's checking up for the S's section, just trying to hold on really and see where we go with this. But obviously we have got a bit of extra fuel with the cautious strategy fuel thing that was on this game. We just go a bit wide there, a bit of dirty air from Liuzzi there, but we just hold off Rosberg at this point. But so far so good. We've only gained a position though, which isn't what I've expected. But we're going to be very cautious on the first couple of laps, try and save some tyre wear. As I said at the start, I want to try and extend the option run as long as possible, as Liuzzi's getting a bit held up here by Hamilton, so Hamilton's having a poor start to this race. The championship leader, at this point, if I am correct, Hamilton will lose the lead of the championship by a small amount of points. So we're going to try and go down the inside of Liuzzi, late break into the spoon, and we get it done, and we're up to P5. So next up is the championship leader of Lewis Hamilton, but we go very wide out of spoon, and we're going to try and hunt him down right now, just making sure we're into Rich. Got plenty of fuel as well as we come into the 130R, probably one of the fastest corner I think in F1, I believe. I could be wrong, but if it is, then let me know. Oh, but we just broke really late for the corner there, and we just tried to do F1 2015 lines again, 2011 lines again, sorry, as I was playing that game a couple of days ago just for a bit of fun. But that mistake's cost us a bit there, as Hamilton's now 1.5 seconds ahead, with Liuzzi behind in P6, and I think Alonso is still leading the race, which is good, as we've got the 2 Ferraris there in second and third. So maybe if Raikkonen's in P3, may have to implement some team orders at some point just to hold off Hamilton, who's just behind him. And I think regarding the point standings as it is with the top 4, it's going to be, I think, Raikkonen leading the championship by a couple of points, so we'll have to see. But we've already built a gap to Liuzzi, which is good. So the top 5 are spreading out, which is what we wanted, as we've gone purple in the middle sector. But obviously that always happens on lap 2 of a race. So we go very wide there, but we're into the slipstream now of Hamilton as we come into the hairpin section again, and Massa is in P3, so Raikkonen is in second place, and if my calculations are correct, I think Raikkonen will lead by 2 points, I think, or 3 points, something like that. but we just need to hope. We actually could gain some massive points if we win this race and get ahead of Alonso. I think we could actually be leading the championship by the time this race finishes if the results stay the same, but we win the race. So it's going to be very close, that is, as I want to give a shout out to Nick in the chat, who's going to be providing us, if you're watching this live, the current live standings. So thank you to Nick. And I think he will basically provide the top 4 standings once we, at the end of the stream, when it gets all processed and all that. As we're right on the back now of Hamilton, and I think Alonso is actually struggling for tyre wear, as we've set the fastest lap in a bit of slipstream from Hamilton. So as it's single file basically on this one, as we've set confirmation of the fastest lap. But Liuzzi's going backwards, which is a bit of a shame because he was OP at the start of the season, but well, go through the sweeping section, we just have to shift up a bit. Got to remember we have got the dirty air from Hamilton, which pushes us very wide actually. So we've got to shift down again, as you can just see there, just the downforce on the baseline set not helping us through this part of the lap, which is not what I wanted. As we go into this corner, as we come under the top part of the track where the 130R is. As we go under, it's 0.8 of a second the gap, but the top 5, as you can see, all in view. So it's I'm going to probably say about 2.5 seconds the gap, I think. So we're just going to check fuel. Fuel's good at the minute, so we're going to go to standard for a bit, save a bit of that +3 for later on in the race once everyone hits. So we're not really losing too much time at the minute to the top 4, so we can just keep this distance for the time being, save a bit of tyre wear, and get on our merry ways. Oh, and oh my god, that was close. I don't think we're going to be doing that now. Oh, that was close. So we've got to go back up to Rich, but our first mistake of the race, being a bit cheeky on throttle there, on exit of Spoon. But we're going to see if we can nail this corner, as I think Hamilton's being held up here by Massa, which will help us a bit as Alonso does another lap. As we come across the line, look at that, 140, very poor lap there. So we need to get at least a second back, as Alonso now sets the fastest lap, 38.5, a tenth, 2 tenths quicker than us, which I'm not really too fussed about if Alonso wins, but our goal is to basically beat Raikkonen and Hamilton. That's the challenge that we have today, but we've got some very grassy tyres right now, as like we're doing some rallycross right now, but obviously we're not. As you can just see, look at the difference without being in the dirty air of Hamilton. We've just got lots more grip than him. But it is gorgeous sunshine weather here, as we've gone purple in the middle first sector. There's no rain expected, so that's a good thing for us, because as you may have seen, we have struggled with the weather in mixed conditions this season. So we need to see, as I'm trying to think of what the point standing is. It's 10.86.54. I think we've got 4 points. Hamilton's going to have 5 points, and actually, I think Hamilton will lead the championship by a point. Or no, we won't actually take that back. It'll be 2 points, I think. So we need to see how we go. Still got plenty of time. We're only on lap 4. We'll come on to lap 5 actually. Just trying to not hit the curb there. We're right on the back now of Lewis, as he's made a mistake at the chicane. Getting some of that nice slipstream, which is OP on this game, if anyone remembers that from a very, very long time ago. As Liuzzi's not losing too much time now. He was about 4 seconds, so he's actually getting a bit on us here on this lap. So as the field starts to spread out, I think Liuzzi's quite good on his race pace on his own. So one to watch out for. Hamilton just going a bit aggressive there, getting a bit of oversteer through the part of the S's there, so we're getting into that dirty air once again, which is not going to help us one bit. So we're just going to lift off a bit, turn in more, and just try and face that dirty air. We've done that nicely now, as we're right on the back of him now. Nowhere to go though. We've gone purple again in the first sector, so we're really getting a feel for the first sector now with this setup. So we just go a bit wide there, under the bridge, as we go now towards the hairpin once again. As we're going to try and think of try and do a switch back here maybe, but just can't get it done. Raikkonen's starting to struggle now on his tyres now. He's starting to fall back from Alonso, who is really increasing his gap even more. As we're coming now to Spoon again, maybe we could do a cheeky late move here, but So we just need to get as close as possible to Hamilton, get a bit of slipstream, as we have done that right now. Just made a bit of contact with his diffuser, but nothing too serious. Maybe try a cheeky move at 130. Oh, that would be quite good to see for you guys, if that is possible. We're getting to that slipstream once again. The McLaren is quick in a straight line. We've gone purple again in the middle sector, so we're getting that slipstream from Hamilton through 130R. Shift up the second gear, just help with the rear traction out of the chicane, and look at that, look at the grip we've got. From going to second gear, we've got a beautiful run on Hamilton. Now we're going to get a triple slipstream down the straight, but as you can see, Hamilton just has that straight line speed than us, which is really unfortunate. So we're going to try and go around his outside now. He's braked really early for the corner, and Hamilton just gets the racing line and maintains 4th position. As you can just see, Alonso's starting to walk away now, which is not what we really wanted, but right now, but the gap behind is increased a bit, so don't have to worry about Liuzzi for the time being, but pit stops will be the key factor in this race for these guys in particular. So we need to see how we do with this as we go into the double right-hander here.
This is exactly what we need. Push, push.
So we get that nicely done. Still 5 seconds is behind to Liuzzi, so that's alright, I guess. Brake a bit later for the hairpin, nearly going to the back of Hamilton again. We just got to find the right place to overtake him. Maybe the pit stop window is going to be our only chance of getting past all 3 of these guys for the time being, because we are getting to that stage of the pit stop window, I will say, as well, as we're already 6 laps into this race. It's gone quick this episode already. Back end's gone. Oh, we're lucky to avoid that, but right, back up to Rich. Again, same corner again. Spoon always gets us there, so we're going to stay out, I think. How's our tyres looking? Our tyres, maybe have to reconsider that actually. But big mistake there from us. Not what we wanted. As, funny enough, I think the leaders are in. Alonso's in the pits, or Hamilton's in the, Massa's in the pits, so the 2 championship leaders are still out on track, so we've got to really claw back 5 seconds. Not what I wanted, but a lot of you saying undercut, but I don't really feel that is the best option for me right now. I should have actually. We just got to pump in some quick times now and just see. Other factor as well you got to think about as well is traffic is going to be a massive factor in this one with people coming in the pits, considering the gap was 5 seconds once to Liuzzi, so we've got to think about that as well when we come to the pit lane, as we're in the middle of the pit lane. So that's another factor I've got to think about as well, traffic. I don't want to be held up because that will possibly ruin the race completely, but 3 seconds is the gap to Hamilton, and Raikkonen's about a second ahead of him, so I may stay out for another lap here and see if that is the case and do an overcut. But the thing is, we just need to think about the traffic. I don't want to be held in the pits, which has hurt me quite a bit in this episode. Not in this episode, but previous episodes. I think Spa was one of them. Spa was one of them when Alonso got past me in the pit lane. So I want to try and extend this stint for another lap if I can. We're into +1 laps. We've gone purple in the middle sector, as our tyres are starting to go off the cliff, but we are really pushing the limits of this Toyota right now. So we're going to stay out for another lap and see if we can jump both Hamilton and Raikkonen right now. So the clean air, as you can see, is helping us, and that just cements what I mean by clean air. The fastest lap of 37.5 on there, as we are burning the fuel up as well. So we need to see if this actually will work a treat for us here. So currently we are in the lead of the race. We're the only people to not pit yet, which is another thing I've got to mention. So we've got to find out where everyone's going to be once everything pops out. Maybe Massa may get ahead of Raikkonen and Hamilton. And Raikkonen, actually, I've got to see how Raikkonen's actually got ahead of Alonso in the pit stop window. So that's massive for the championship perspectives, as we're into optimal fuel already. So that's not what I wanted to see right now. So actually Alonso's got ahead of Raikkonen, so Alonso's back into second place. But this is massive now for the championship if it stays as it is, with Schumacher leading, with Alonso second, Raikkonen third, and I think Hamilton's in P4. So massive, massive, massive moment this one. 23 seconds is the gap to Alonso at the minute, So the pit stop has to be absolutely spot on if we're going to try and jump a few people, or just get close to the likes of Raikkonen and Alonso in particular. So we'll see how this goes. We're going to come now to 130R once again. It's just in the curve there, and we are going to be making our one and only pit stop of this race. Let's try and get it on spot on here, not to spin the rear tyres, which we haven't done yet. Short shift up the fourth just to get it in, and we're going to drop it to lean to save some fuel, and in we go. So are we going to get ahead of at least Hamilton and Raikkonen? That is the question as we go into the pit lane, as the boys get to work. And this mod, actually, I really like this because it reminiscence the real life pit stops on there. So we get an 8.8 pit stop, but the question is, where are the leaders? That is the question. And Alonso has just crossed the line, so has Raikkonen. Here comes Alonso, and are we going to jump Raikkonen? That is the question, and we just about do it actually. So we've pulled it out of the bag. We've jumped Raikkonen and Hamilton and Massa as well. So we're up to P2 in this one. So we've managed to do the overcut, pumping in that quick lap time of a 37.5 once the guys in front were warming up the prime tyres. So that is massive, massive for the championship right now. As Alonso actually, with this win, puts him right into contention, but we've got Raikkonen right behind us. As I've accidentally got up to second gear, up a gear by accident, and we've cut the corner as well, so that's not going to help us. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. That's the wrong button. There we go, it's up to standard. As we had the double shift there on the wheel, which is not what I wanted right now. But we have done the overcut. Very nicely done. So we're going to come into spoon again. So we're going to try and hook this nicely. Just get a bit of grip on the front left tyre. It is starting to get a bit overcast though. The clouds are gathering, as you can just see on the top of your screen, the top right hand of your screen. We still have 1.8 seconds to cover to catch up to Alonso. We're going to have to take a gamble right now on fuel on the straight just to help us with the speed of the Toyota. Isn't quicker than the McLaren, as I've mentioned, but we need to pull away from Raikkonen. That's the big thing. Right now, we've only got 4 laps to go as the clouds are gathering right now, which may help us in terms of tyre wear, as these guys, most likely Alonso, has been out 2 laps longer than us on his tyres, so they may start to degrade more than what we will have. Unless we're really pushing like we've just done there. Just getting a bit of grass on the front left tyre. Bit of a problem there, but we are catching up to Alonso right now. So we're going to drop it back to lean through this part of the lap where we are struggling a bit just to get a bit of grip there. But Raikkonen's fallen off completely. You've just seen it there. And he's got a battle on his hands with both Massa and Hamilton as we've gone purple in the first sector right now. As we just go very wide there, just getting onto the curb and nearly spinning it, which would have definitely been race over, as Alonso there goes a bit tight through that hairpin section right now. Trudy, as you can just see on the minimap there with the orange dot, is not having a great race for Toyota on his side of the garage, so that's not what I needed. And Massa is still in P3, as I've just had a little cheeky look behind, so it is still the same with Alonso, Schumacher, Raikkonen, Massa and Hamilton right now. As you can just see there, the 3 of them squabbling over third place, that last spot on the podium right now. So we're going to go back into standard right now. So it's now 2 seconds, so Alonso's gained a bit on us here. Come into the curb, and again, just get a bit of snap of oversteer there. So we come across the line again, and it's a 38 thing, but we've actually gained a little bit on Alonso in that one, but we need to really punch in some slobber knocker of lap times right now and just hope Alonso's tyres start to degrade right now. But Raikkonen's coming back at us as well. I've just noticed that on the map, so he's coming for us. He's not giving up this this possible race win here. Just nailing this section. The S's are absolutely spot on right now. As we've gone purple to get in the first sector, we're really pushing it right now. Nailing every corner spot on. Alonso's gone very wide out of that corner right now, so we are still with a sniff. Brake a bit later than him, just gone a bit wide at the hairpin, but hopefully we get that spot on right on the exit. Nicely done there from ourselves. Now getting a bit of slipstream, not a lot of slipstream, but we are getting a bit of slipstream right now. Oh, just a bit early on getting a bit of grass on there, just straight giving full lock on the car right now. Bit of oversteer from the grass. Not helping us one bit, but we are putting away from Raikkonen, which is the main factor in this one. As we're only a second behind now, only 1 second covers myself and Alonso, and even Raikkonen is only one second behind us. So 2.3 seconds covers the top three with 2 laps to go of this race. We're gonna have to give all our worth right now to try and win this race. We need to stay away from the dirty, as I mentioned, but we're setting some blistering times right now. 37, mid-37s right now. So just nail the corner here, turn 1. Absolutely spot on there. As we're going to take the S's now once again. Not trying to get any grass on that front right, which we have got a bit there. But we've just got the grip on these primes. This setup is working a treat. The baseline works nicely on the prime tyres with this mod. Just getting a slight bit of dirty air there from Alonso, but we managed to hold it nicely as we're going to try and do everything in our power to get past him, which will have massive significance to the championship right now. Just get a bit of oversteer right there. So we're going to see how he goes. Going to be braking into the hairpin then for the penultimate time, right on the back now of Alonso. No signs of the fuel light, which is good for us as we're going to go up to Rich now. Get a bit of that slipstream from Alonso and try and pull off a move at some point on this lap if we can. We're going to brake really late then for Spoon, just a bit too early there. And down maybe, just got to hold it there, just a bit wide into the slipstream of Alonso we go then. Up towards 130R we go. We still have a chance of winning this race. We've gone purple in the middle sector, half a second's the gap now to Alonso. As we brake really late for the corner, just missing the apex there, just about get it nicely there on exit. And now we embark on the final lap of this race, the Japanese Grand Prix. We've set the fastest lap of the race there, showing the dominance of this Toyota. The crowd are cheering us on right now. The Japanese folk want to see a Toyota on the top step of the podium, but we get the fastest lap of the race, which is very nice to get, I say. Right now, as we're just going to see if we can hold him off. Alonso's starting to struggle there, as you can just see. He can't commit to corners as much as we can with the fresh set of tyres, which are 2 laps younger than Alonso right now. We're going to get the dirty air again, so we have to lift off a bit early. Getting it spot on there, right in the draft now of Alonso, of that McLaren. We're pulled away from Raikkonen ever so significantly. We've gone purple again in the first sector. We are going to try and pull off a move at some point on this one. Alonso gets a great exit under the bridge, but we're coming up towards the hairpin now. We're going to try and brake late as possible here. Try and do an undercut on him. We're going to pull off an undercut here if we can. No, we can't get it done, but we're right on the back now of Fernando right now. We may take a gamble with fuel and go up to Rich for the last half of the lap, which we will do so now actually. So we're into that slipstream of Alonso. We have to brake very early just to get the dirty air from him. Oh, we've made contact with him. He broke really early for the corner. Not what I wanted. We're going to get a beautiful run then on Fernando Alonso then, coming towards 130. We may have to do a dive bomb at the chicane if we can, but we're going to try and get into that slipstream. Here we go then, last sector of this race. We're going to get a bit dirty and pushed us wide there. We're going to go for the late brake move round the outside at the chicane. We've pulled it off, lads. Got to hold it nicely on the chicane, and we've pulled it off. I don't know how we've done it, but we will win the Japanese Grand Prix with a late lunge at the final corner, centre-esque on Prost, but in a good way. We finally won a race. Oh my god, what a cracker that was. We somehow had to make a late move, and we've done it. What a race that was. Probably one of the best races I've ever done in this career mode. What a race that was. We managed to win the race by 0.2 of a second. What a race that was to drive on. What a race. I can't keep saying it, but what a one. That was a brilliant one. With the results on your screen right now, we win by 0.2 of a second from Fernando Alonso, with Kimi Raikkonen in 3rd place, with Massa in 4th, Hamilton in 5th place, which is going to be massive for the championship right now. as we are going to have Robert Kubica in 6th, Rosberg in 7th, and Sebastian Vettel gets the final points paying position. As for the career mode, if you are new to the series, we're only basing it off the real life 2007 point scoring system. So you see Liuzzi and Wirtz have got points, they don't get any for that. And I believe for the championship standings, according to Nick in the comments, me, Raikkonen and Hamilton are tied on 78 points with 2 races to go. This is going to be an exciting last 2 races of the season. I don't know if we've hit the light goal or not, but we have done. You guys are in for a treat later on tonight if you're watching this back right now. But I'm going to end the video there, guys. Thank you so much for everyone who is here right now for watching it live or watching it back. Make sure to slap a like on this, guys. And if we hit 100 likes on this, then I will immediately upload another video at some point today or tomorrow as an extra bonus for you guys for being absolute legends in the comments for this stream. So we'll see how it goes. But we just got a bit of clarification, guys, before I go. Nick's just confirmed to me that Raikkonen and myself are on 78 points and Hamilton's on 76. So I just want to clear that, guys, for you. Right now that Hamilton is now in 3rd place on 76 points. So I want to thank you guys, and I will speak to you guys in the next video, which will be later tonight, as apparently we've hit the goal already. So we will be streaming again tonight for the penultimate round of this 2007 career mode, which is in China. Until then, guys, I'll see you guys later on tonight. I haven't decided, a time yet, but I'll let you guys know as soon as possible. But until then, guys, I'll leave you with the credits. Well, not the credits, the pit scene sequence, guys. But if you're watching this live, please stay at the end because I'll be having a chat with you guys about a few things. But until then, have a good day, guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. See you later.